Hello, and welcome to another edition of Paranormal Activity and Mysterious Stories. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is a UFO sighting in Vietnam. Let's see. Second is an article. Actually, I did a video about this a while back, but it came up again, and I found a little more video that explains it a little more precisely. So we'll look at that. But it's apparently a video where you could see what looks to be a gray alien inside of the UFO. Let's see, and then another article. Just this is a recently released image taken of the moon, and as you can see over here to the right here, looks like there's some kind of something. Could be a UFO. And then an article from the Sun. This is Nick Pope talking about, how he has seen some pretty shocking images, and this is supposedly a depiction of what's supposed to be the best photo of a UFO that the British won't release. Yeah, this is just a mock-up of the image. And also an article about a Russian Navy guy claiming that we've been waging a war with aliens under the ocean for decades. And then a small video about the Ariel school incident, which was a school in Zimbabwe where a bunch of kids claimed that they were visited by an alien. This is just a short little clip from it. And then this is something that was actually suggested by someone in the comments to check into this Bruce Fenton guy. But this is a very long, it's an hour and 25-minute video. I'm sure, if you can listen to it when you have time, I'll just play a short clip of it so it introduces you to to his book. But I agree with a lot of this guy's theories about human evolution and the different theories that he's come up with that are very different than what we're generally taught. And then last is a comment from Trump on UFOs. So it's pretty funny. We'll take a listen to that. So the first one here, let's take a look at this. So yeah, definitely we can see this guy, apparently he's just cruising on his motorcycle and happens to notice something in the sky. So it's going to pull over and thankfully film it for us. And look at that. And like I've said in so many of my other videos, things like this happen every single day. And they have been happening every single day. And what I find interesting is how there are still skeptics out there who say, with the number of telephones and people with smartphones, how come we don't see videos of UFOs? Well, if you show them this, their first response is going to be, oh, that's Photoshop or that's editing. I mean, not to say that, they couldn't be wrong, but it doesn't matter what you show some people, but some people don't believe, and nothing you show them is ever going to be good enough. That is something I've learned. That, they'll always perform some type of mental gymnastics in order to trying to convince you or convince themselves that this is something completely natural, and try to explain it away Okay, so that's that video. So let's go to the next video here. This is just an article. Man recorded a gray alien walking inside a UFO. As you can tell from the title, an amateur recently managed to capture footage of what appears to be a gray alien walking inside of its spacecraft. This alien looked exactly like the one from the movie Close Encounters and was spotted very close to the set of the movie, which led people to believe that the aliens from that movie were never CGI to begin with. If that were the case, then they could have actually snuck real aliens into our media for the longest of times now. Brent claimed that this picture was unedited and 100% real. He also stated that there was no proof of CGI being used in the movie, so it definitely could have been a result of clever ploy by the aliens all along. If they make us gradually accept their strange look, then we'd be a lot less scared of them when we do encounter them, or so the theory states. I'm not too sure what's going on, what he means by that there. But anyways, let's take a look at this this guy's video.
There is no photo, and we're gonna double check that. But at the same time, Brett also claimed that the creature did not look like a human. Maybe it was something related to the government, but who knows? They're claiming it was a gray, but let's not jump to what it was unless we can actually confirm what it is. Let's continue. However, a fan came up with an interesting theory. He related the creature inside the object with the famous gray extraterrestrial.
Yeah, no, I think this is, I don't know if this is the same one from like Turkey. There was some guy in Turkey, Kumarult or something like that. Is this the same video from that?
Wear skin tight suits, and usually they're accompanied by a Nordic or something other than a gray. So already I'm a bit skeptical reading this, but we're gonna get to the footage too, so do stick around. Let's continue again. There are others who don't support this theory, claiming it's just an anomaly or effect produced by light. In the meantime, some strange crop circles appeared in the English countryside and caused a lot of agitation and tensions among the locals.
Yeah, I don't think this is new footage. I think this is I think this is footage from that from the Turkey video. I don't think this is new footage. I think this is just someone commenting on that footage from Turkey. But anyways, it's interesting, and I'm sure not everyone is familiar with it. So I'll put a link in the description. You want to take a look at that, and let's take a look at this. Here is 2 UFOs near moon in historical NASA photo. First time seen UFO sightings news. Hi everyone, I found 2 UFOs near Earth's moon in a historical NASA archive. The photo does not have the mission or date it's from, which is highly unusual since 99% of the photos list at least the mission it's from. The 2 UFOs appear to actually have been one, but they separated to cover more area. The top of the UFO is a flower petal disc seen from the side with about 5 petals. The bottom of the UFO, which separated, is long and has a smaller thick disc on its head with 2 dark windows. I see why NASA would keep this one hidden in the history archive out of reach of most people. It shows actually alien craft. The craft's hull is uneven, which is a sign that they were made biomechanically, meaning they were a merger of technology and biology. They were grown. How does this person know that? It's faster and easier, and aliens are often too lazy to actually make their own ship. Again, how does someone know that?
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Scott.
Yeah, this is just the video, the photo, this guy claiming. That this thing here is an alien ship. There's definitely something there. Whether you could just jump to that conclusion that it's an alien ship or that it's a merger of technology and biology, that's a huge leap. Maybe I should have put this story as last. But anyways, I'll put a link to it. You can check it out, make your own conclusions. Now, this one here is interesting. This is from The Sun. This is from Nick Pope. I'm sure most people have heard of Nick Pope. He was with the Ministry of Defense in Britain, and he's basically the face of disclosure, because he's like the English version of Stephen Greer. Of our Stephen Greer. Yeah, definitely. Stephen Greer works for the government. This guy works for the government. He's on all the English and even on our airwaves, revealing as much as he's allowed to reveal. But here's an interesting article. The Ministry of Defense has sparked anger from investigators after stalling the release of the best photograph ever taken of a UFO. The top secret color photograph, said to show a flying saucer above the Scottish Highlands in April 1990, the so-called Calvin incident, was set to be released in the new year. However, they have now been blocked for a further 50 years. Here, former MOD official Nick Pope, who previously ran its UFO projects, tells The Sun the inside story. In the cult of sci-fi series The X-Files, Fox Mulder has a poster of a UFO on the wall of his basement office. Underneath are the words, "I want to believe." In the Ministry of Defense office, which served as the nerve center of the UK's UFO project, we had something very similar, but our picture was real. Most UFO photos are either obvious fakes or blurry and indistinct, a vague light in the night sky or a fuzzy dot in the distance. Well, if Nick Pope is saying that he had the actual real photo, how come he didn't release it? So this is a mock-up of the photo. Let me see what other images they have here. Oh, it's just Mr. Pope. Some other. Nothing of significance. But anyways, yeah, that's another thing that's kind of ridiculous, that they're going to say that they want to hide this image for 50 years. Man, come on, people, we know they're out there. We know they're out there. Okay, so let me just go to this next article here. Russian Navy is waging a secret war with aliens under ocean for decades. British UFO researcher and former MUFON representative from England, Philip Mantell, reported that Russian submarines are waging a secret war with alien ships deep under the ocean. Philip Mantell, in collaboration with author Phil Stonehill, wrote a book, Russia's UFO Secrets, Unidentified Submersible Objects in Russia and International Waters, where they talked about the secret encounters of Russian veterans and the alien technology and UFOs underwater. The book, in particular, tells about a strange incident that took place in the Bermuda Triangle in 2009. According to the ex-commander of the atomic submarine, Yuri Beketov, the crew repeatedly observed the fixation of strange objects by devices at a tremendous speed, around 400 kilometers per hour, 230 knots. Such speed is difficult to achieve. It is possible only in the air. The creatures who created these objects are significantly superior to us in development, Beketov said. The book also contains stories of the former Soviet military about the aggression of unidentified underwater objects during the Cold War. Lieutenant Commander Oleg Sokolov said that being on duty, he had seen a strange object rising from the water through the periscope. Another team watched as a cigar-shaped UFO shot 3 beams of light into the Atlantic Ocean. According to the eyewitnesses, the object was 200 to 250 meters long. The UFO was slowly descending into the ocean, making a strange hissing sound about a half a mile from the submarine, but it was not detected by radar. You see, folks, they haven't been telling us, but our military has been encountering these UFOs and USOs for a long time. and they're encountering coming in and out of our oceans. They encounter them in our oceans. And it's not because these things are visiting our planet. It's because they are our neighbors. Whenever they're, I'm sure they must have some kind of military or security. They must have passenger UFOs. They must travel just like we do. In the same way, primitive tribes in the Brazilian rainforest, when they see our planes, they don't think that, oh, that's, something from another planet. Just because we see some strange things in our sky doesn't automatically mean that they're from another planet. If we keep seeing these things in our skies, in our oceans, and in our lakes, it's most likely because that's where they're from. So, anyways, let me get to the next story. Yeah, here. Now, these stories, though, now that's not to say, I definitely have no doubt that there are advanced beings on this planet, but that's not to say that there aren't also other advanced beings out there who are visiting us. Yes, I'm not saying that the visitations don't happen. I'm just saying that many of the UFOs that we see are most likely from beings from our planet. So anyways, this is just a clip from an aerial school encounter, which happened in Zimbabwe. And actually, there was another story of some school kids, and I think it was in New Zealand or Australia. But let's take a listen to this.
The top. When you say thing, was it a form of some sort?
Yeah, it almost looked like a real person, except it was fairly plump.
These are mimis. Mimis are creatures, spirit creatures, mythological spirit creatures. That's the long skinny one. They live in the trees, in the rocks, in stones, and they come out when they wish. Most of them come out at night. These are the short, fat ones.
Children who had experienced a visitation from 2 UFOs, and the 2 beings who had hovered over their playground during recess. This was at a small secondary school outside Harare in Zimbabwe.
Did you see the eyes? What did they look like?
They were green like that. In the trees.
Yeah, this just goes on, kids describing what they saw. Anyways, I'll leave a link to this video in the description. You can check it out when you want. And let's see. And now, yeah, this is a video that I just got done listening to. It was suggested by someone in the comments. But this guy actually has some theories that I believe in, which is this notion of evolution just doesn't make sense. One of the reasons why I don't buy into the evolutionary theory is because the chromosomes don't add up. Primates have 24 pair of chromosomes, whereas we have 23 pair of chromosomes. So if we evolved from primates, how do you account for the difference in number of chromosomes? But actually, Bruce Fenton does address this, because he claims that he believes, I don't know how, where he gets the evidence from, but he says that there was a hybrid human that did have 24 pair of chromosomes, and somehow or another they all disappeared, and then we came along. But again, I don't necessarily buy that. I actually accept more of Zecharia Sitchin's theory that that some aliens came to this planet and manipulated a primate species that was already here, or a hominid. Excuse me. They manipulated a hominid species that was already present on the planet and created, and ultimately created us. I think, all the other hominid species that were here before us, or were just variations or just models. They were, they were trying us out. But anyways, let me give you a brief intro into Bruce Fenton, and I'll leave a link to this video also.
So the overview of the ancient alien field of research, tell us about it.
Right, I mean, really, it goes back, well, you could say it goes back into the centuries, in terms of some of the reports that we see engraved in Egyptian hieroglyphs, which tackle non-human entities. We also have, famously, there's evidence within Sumerian encryptions that they may have encountered some kind of extraterrestrials. But if you look into the modern era, I think that the real, let's say, the fascination with the topic really began with two happenings: the publishing of Eric von Daniken's book Chariots of the Gods, and at the same time, well, months apart, you had the release of the film 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, both of which tackle this idea that in the distant prehistoric past, some kind of extraterrestrial intelligence had been active on this planet and potentially had, either engineered humans or had in some way given us, intelligence, knowledge, and had kind of kick-started this human journey for us. And I think between those, I see it as a seminal point, because, literally in the same year, you have this kind of massive upswelling of interest in this topic through both, the written word and the cinematic experience. I mean, those are, to me, you could say it's the seminal year of the ancient astronaut theory.
There you go. That's intro and then into his book Exogenesis. Yeah, very interesting discussion. Like I said, it's an hour and 25 minutes. I'll leave a link to it in the description, but if you got time, I definitely suggest checking it out. And then last we have Trump and his comment on UFOs. Let's check this out here.
Mr. President, as we wrap up here, are there UFOs?
Well, I'm going to have to check on that. I mean, I've heard that. I heard that 2 days ago, so I'll check on that. I'll take a good, strong look at that. But I will tell you this.
He's definitely in campaign mode. But then, let's see, he goes back into... let's see. No.
The other question. I heard about it 2 days ago. This is what we've had, all built in the USA. We've rebuilt it $2.5 trillion. As far as the other question, I'll check on it. I heard about it 2 days ago, actually.
I wonder, this was on October 11th. I wonder what he heard about 2 days ago. That would be on the 9th. What was released on October 9th that he heard about? That would be interesting to look into. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And, I believe our government is not going to ever disclose. That is going to be up to us. And another thing is, I personally do not need the government to tell me what I can or can't believe. I can do my own research. I can also rely on my own ability to see things and to make my own conclusions. Okay, I don't need the government to tell me that there are UFOs out there and that there are aliens out there and that there's an advanced species on this planet. I know it, and I think that if people out there who want disclosure, you're going to have to do disclosure yourself. If you want, it's up to us to let the people around us know that we're not alone, that the universe is teeming with life, and that there are advanced beings on this planet who are interacting with all of that life out there. And I don't know why. I mean, I in one sense I do understand why they're not letting us in the club, but anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Please subscribe. Take care.